Hey, shalom, shalom, shalom. I'm gonna just do a part two, Salakia. I don't know what happened. I think I got a call or some shit. I don't know what happened, but Lord willing, the screen record goes good, and I can finish off this lesson. So Salakia, So I'm gonna just. I believe it ended on verse 3. So this is Psalms 58 and verse 3, and it reads, "The wicked are estranged from the womb; they go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies." Yeah, man, it's strange, man. Okay, now where the strange goes into not being affectionate, not being loving. Okay, basically just not caring about anybody. That's Esau Edom for you, man. That he's created like that, man. It's the reason. That's why it says the wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. That's why Scripture says, "Why speaketh thou in parables?" Okay, and rough paraphrase, I'm just it says, because it's for us to understand the kingdom of heaven. Okay, majority of our people can't understand this wisdom, knowledge, understanding, man. The words of Yahweh Shema Shai, because ultimately the Lord not don't got the Holy Spirit for them to understand, parables. Okay, 'cause that's what I'm talking about, man. Because there ain't no baby speaking when they come out the womb. Okay, we all know that. So this is just saying that Esau Edom, he's created and he's programmed to be like that. If it's an Edomite, I don't care if it's an Edomite baby, Edomite woman. If they're from Edom, they're devils. That's all it is. Okay, Psalms 58 and verse 4. Their poison is like the poison of a serpent. They are like the deaf adder that stop at her ear. That's right, man. Everything they touch, okay, everything they promote, they take the life force out of it, man. Okay, it's nothing but death. Okay, and that's the warning we're giving you, so-called Negroes, Latinos, Americans, man. When you want to take heed to Esau Edom, you ain't gonna have no life force, man. Okay, and ultimately, the Lord gonna judge your funky ass, man. Like I've been saying in the beginning of I'll say part 1. So go to Ezekiel. This is Ezekiel chapter 3. I was hurt too. I'm like, fuck. I thought when it ended, I thought I didn't get nothing. I was like, damn. Because I believe, I know this lesson a little longer than I expected, but I believe everything I'm saying is edifying, Lord's will. Because at the end of the day, it's facts. This is definitely the mind of Esau Edom, man. Okay. Ezekiel 3 and verse 17. "Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel." Yeah, to you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Americans, man. Yes, indeed. There's somebody that the Lord is dealing with more than you. Okay, and you got to accept that, man. Starting from Apostle Har, their teachers, Abba Bibbins, and a great millstone, man, and everybody that is in the same mindset, man, of the true teachers, man. Okay, and you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Americans, gonna have to take heed to the men. Okay, because at the end of the day, it's all about order, and the Lord is, like I said, he deals with individuals more than other individuals. Okay, I'll just leave it like that. Because I know Jake be having a problem with that shit. And if you got a problem with that, then man, you got a problem with Yahweh Shema Shai ultimately, man. Okay, if you got a problem with Yahweh Shema Shai, your arms ain't long enough to box with Yahweh Shema Shai, man. I'll just say it like that. You shouldn't even be fucking coming like that anyways. You deserve death for anybody that thinks like that. Ezekiel 3 and verse 17. "Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore, hear the word at my mouth and give them warning from me." Yeah, we're warning you that Esau Edom, and this is the reason why I'm bringing out these certain scriptures I'm getting, because that's the characteristics of Esau Edom. We read the scriptures and we line up the characteristics with the world we living in, and this is 100% perfectly. That's Esau Edom characteristics and ways. Okay. Verse 18. "When I say unto the wicked, thou shalt surely die, and thou givest him not warning, nor speakest to warn the wicked from his wicked way, to save his life, the same wicked man shall die in his iniquity, but his blood will require at thy hand." Yeah, man, we got to give it the warning. We got to prophesy to the wind, whether you hear or forbear. We got to go out. We got to, and we love to do it anyways, man, because this is our life, and if you don't want to get with Yahweh Shema Shai, like it said in Joshua, man, as for me and my household, we're going to serve Yahweh Shema Shai. We're going to give you the warning, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Americans. We're going to tell you the deal. We're going to be 100% with you, 100 with you, man. If you don't want to take heed, hey, that's on you. I'm going to keep doing what I need to do for Yahweh Shema Shai, and You want to ignore the prophets, ignore the message, that's on you. You're going to learn by death by pain. Okay, you're going to learn in the worst way. Okay, because it should be very evident who the fuck the enemy is. Very evident what Esau Edom is trying to do. The scriptures lined up beautifully with life, the life we're living right now, man. 2025, man. You know, fucking, they got underground cities, bro. You could go from the west, you could go west, I'm in the west, all the way down to the east coast, bro. Underground cities. And it's not for you so-called Negroes, Latino Americans, man. You know, they're going to be in the underground cities when all hell breaking loose, you know, the elites, okay? And Jake over here suffering, you know, getting put to death, being guinea pigs, you know, just through. That's the devil for you, man. Okay? This nigga could flip poverty like it's nothing. But the nigga ain't going to do that because he's a fucking devil, man. If you don't want to take heed, then, hey, man. Ezekiel 3 and verse 19. Yet if thou warn the wicked, and he turn not from his wickedness, nor from his wicked way, he shall die in his iniquity, but thou hast delivered thy soul. That's right, man. Yeah, man. So we, at the end of the day, we gonna be good, man. You know, as long as we keep giving the warning and telling you so-called Negroes, Latino Americans the deal, okay, and sell the elect ultimately, because that's what we're trying to do, you know, and get the fuck out of here, man. Okay. And yes, indeed, face value, destruction, hell, chaos, perilous times, okay, hard times. It got to come face value before the kingdom of heaven, man. Okay, and that's what it is. And how you gonna be prepared for that if you're not in the spirit of Yahweh Shemel Shai? You're not. If you're not in the spirit of Yahweh Shemel Shai, you ain't gonna be prepared for that, man. You know, we need the Lord to be with us and put a certain spirit within us to fucking go through this hellish ass time, man. You know, Isaiah 30 and verse 1. Woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord Yahweh, that take counsel, but not of me. And this is the main thing I wanted to get, because this is what I was thinking. I was like, man, people are really going to perish because they're taking counsel of men over counsel of the Lord. And it blows my mind, like, what the fuck? But then again, we understand that this is a movie, okay, and the deceive and the deceivers are in the hands of Yahweh Shemel Shai, and everybody got to play a role. And we got to be grateful that our role, Lord willing, is being part of the elect, okay, being part of the woke ones, okay, because the only ones that's woke is the elect. If you're not part of the elect, the Lord not dealing with you, okay, you're not going through hell, and you're going about it the right way, okay, and you thinking Yahweh Shemel Shai through the good, bad, and ugly, man, you not truly woke, and the Lord not truly dealing with you, man. Okay, and when adversity, when hell, when shit really get tough and rough, you ain't gonna be ready. Okay. Because the other thing we're gonna say, since it's on my mind, I'm not gonna just hold it to myself. We're gonna let you know when you serve Yahweh Shemel Shai, like it says in I believe what, Sirach 2 and 10, 2? No, 2 and 1. I'm tripping. It's on the top. You know, let me. I don't want to. I feel like I don't want to quote. I do not want to quote that wrong. You know, let me see if that's even. Yeah. Sirach 2 and verse 1, my son, if thou come to serve the Lord, Yahweh Shemel Shai, prepare thy soul for temptation. Okay, yeah, when you come to serve Yahweh Shemel Shai, you are going to get tempted. You're going to go through it. It ain't going to be easy. Okay, but if you rely on Yahweh Shemel Shai, okay, through the good, bad, and ugly, you know, it ain't going to be too grievous. Because the scripture says, my ways are not grievous. And I always say it when I think of this scripture, the only thing that's truly grievous is the flesh. Okay, and the only way you're going to defeat the flesh, okay, and if you fall, you're going to get back up, is if Yahweh Shemel Shai is dealing with you and you always cleave to him. Okay, set thy heart aright and constantly endure, and make not haste in time of trouble. Cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end. That's right. Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a low estate. For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. Okay, believe, it says, believe in him and he will help thee. Order thy way aright and trust in him. Ye that fear the Lord, wait for his mercy, and go not aside lest ye fall. And the Lord, a lot of people don't have patience and don't understand the ways of Yahweh Shemel Shai, man. We're supposed to wait. In the beginning of wisdom, knowledge, and understanding is fear. But the main thing I want to target right now, we got to wait. We waiting on the Lord's time, man. We got to wait on the Lord's mercy. Okay? We got to go through whatever we got to go through, and the Lord's going to give us mercy in due season, which the mercy is salvation. You know, being scarcely saved, being protected, having a force field over you during Jacob's trouble, during the implementation of the mark of the beast. Okay. Anyways, you know, this is true power, man. I'm telling you. Ye that fear the Lord, Yahweh Shemel Shai, believe in him and your reward shall not fail. That's right, man. All we got to do is believe in Yahweh Shemel Shai, endure this bullshit, and not trust in Esau Edom bitch ass, man. And we good. We good, man. The Lord's dealing with the ones, and the Lord's going to protect the ones that trust in him, which I'm going to continue. Ye that fear the Lord, hope for good and for everlasting joy and mercy. That's right, man. Yeah, the mindset of the elect, we think Yahweh Shemel Shai that we go through hell, we catch hell, we go through whatever we go through, because we rather go through whatever we go through to be prepared for Jacob's trouble. And, you know, when the world's reversed, we be good. We start getting our blessings, okay? You know, while everybody else is in straits, man. Okay? Man, y'all don't understand the Lord, man. Sirach 2 and verse 10, look at the generation of old and see that any trust in the Lord, Yahweh Shemel Shai, and was confounded? Question mark. The answer is no. Or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken? Question mark. The answer is no. Or whom did he ever despise that called upon him? The answer is nobody. Okay? So anybody that want to trust in anything outside of Yahweh Shemel Shai, you deserve death, man. Because the Lord is freaking fair, man. The Lord is bad. Okay, in a good way. And I mean that in a good way, man. The Lord is dope, man. People just don't understand, man. They don't understand the movie. They don't understand the mission. Okay. You know, it's a lot of layers to what I'm saying, man. You know. Anyways, Isaiah 30. And the reason, and a lot of people gonna die for not understanding those things I just said. A few things. Isaiah 30 and the missions going into basically I've been saying in the beginning. You know, us accepting the hell, whatever we gotta go through. Okay, and the Lord being pleased with that, man. The same way the Lord, it pleased Yahweh to bruise Yahweh Shai. Hey, whatever we're going through right now, it pleases Yahweh Shemel Shai. It pleases Yahweh Shai too, man. When we endure and go about it the right way, man. You gotta understand the mission. You know, and the Lord's gonna save and deliver and protect and put a certain mindset and a certain spirit on the men that do them things in the time of destruction, in the time of Jacob's trouble, man. Because ultimately, man, we're giving a warning for the time of Jacob's trouble, man. Okay, you better stop partying and bullshitting. You better get out that Bacchus spirit, man, because shit is real. And shit is going to get very real very soon. Okay? For the earth, Isaiah 30 and I'll read verse 1 again. Woe to the rebellious children that say it. Woe to the rebellious children that goes into destruction. Saith the Lord Yahweh, that take counsel, but not of me, and that cover with a covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin. Yeah, man, this world ain't gonna teach you how to serve Yahweh Shemel Shai and do better for your spirit, your soul. You know, the only ones that gonna tell you that is the true prophets of Yahweh Shemel Shai. You know, Esau Edom gonna tell you, you should surely not die. Do as I will. Everything will be all right. Okay, all you're gonna do is keep adding sin upon sin, which equals to iniquity, which iniquity equals to death. Okay. Yeah, with that being said, none of it is perfect. Okay, but the true servants of Yahweh Shemel Shai, we're not fucking just sinning and sinning and sinning and sinning and sinning. Okay? You know? Yeah, like I said earlier, just man fall it, but we get back up and we do better and learn from our mistakes. That's the difference. Okay? And the only way you're gonna learn them ways is being buried in the scriptures, you know, and learning from the true teachers, man. Okay? And ultimately being in order. Isaiah 30 and verse 2, that walk to go down into Egypt. Okay, this is spiritually Sodom and Egypt. Egypt goes to the bondage, and we know what Sodom goes into. That walk to go down to Egypt and have not asked at my mouth to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh and the trust in the shadow of Egypt. That's right, man. You know, if every single so-called Negro, Latino, American turn to the east and pray to Yahweh Shemel Shai, the Lord will deliver us and destroy this bitch right now. Okay, but it shows that our people our people love wickedness, our people love oppression, and our people got that Stockholm syndrome in their fucking DNA, man. You know, that's why we gotta just deal with it and fucking just keep praying to the Lord, not fucking slack it, but keep praying to the Lord, be patient, do what we need to do our part to hurry up and get the fuck out of here, man. Okay, because our people ain't gonna turn to the east and pray to Yahweh Shemel Shai, because our people are too fucking stupid. All right, and plus it's part of the movie, you know. Isaiah 30 and verse 3. Therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion. Yeah, man, the modern day Pharaoh is the elites. Okay, the same way ancient Pharaoh, you know, Pharaoh is hardened, you know, keeping Israel. Okay, it's the same now. Esau Edom is hardened getting hardened by Yahweh Shem Shai, and he wants to grape you so-called Negroes, itinerant Americans with that seed, you know, to ultimately play God. Okay, which is not gonna happen. But the Lord's gonna let the undesirables, the unbelievers, take that seed to get destroyed. Okay, there ain't no repenting from taking that seed, man. And if you take that seed, man, you was a bitch, straight up, man. Okay, because that means you love this place, man. You trust in oppression. You know. Anyways, you know,